Welcome children. Take out your history book. Chapter 9 Economic Policies of the British. Today's topic Drain of Wealth. Dadabhai Naoroji was one of the early nationalists of India. Now, one of the early nationalists of India was Dadabhai Naoroji. He had expected the British to usher in an age of industrialization and enlightenment to India, but was disappointed with the way the colonial government ruled over the country. Now, Dadabhai Naoroji, he had expected that the British to usher in the age of, to come up in the age of industrialization and even gives enlightenment to India, but he got disappointed when there's a way of colonial government rule throughout the country. In his book Poverty and Undivided Rule British Rule in India, he wrote that there was a constant drain of wealth from India to Britain. Now, in his book, his book's name was Poverty and Un-British Rule in India. In this book, he had written that there was a constant drain of wealth that was from India to Great Britain throughout the British rule. This was primarily due to the heavy exploitation of Indian economy by the company official. Now, why it happened? It happened because of the heavy exploitation of the Indian economy by the company official. The drain occurred in India had to bear the following expense. Now, the drain which occurred in India, they had to bear the following expenses. Number 1, interest for foreign debts of the East India Company. First was what? That was the interest which came from the foreign debt from the East India Company. Second, it was military expenditure incurred by the British. Now, military expenditure which was incurred by the British. Expenditure for the construction of railways and other. Now, expenditure which was required for the construction of railways and other infrastructure. Then, fourth is emoluments for the salary staff employment by the British to rule. Now, emoluments which was made from the salary staff who were employed by the British to rule India. Then, cost of revenue. Cost of revenue, it was collected and it was used to purchase Indian goods that were sent to Britain. Then, unaccounted cost of raw material, that was like the cotton and jute, and they were sent to Britain. Now, transport and communication. India had no modern means of transportation and communication till the late 19th century. Now, till the late 19th century, there was no modern means of transportation and communication. Movements in and around the country by traditional means of transportation like horse carriages and cars was time consuming. Now, moving in and around the country, that was the tradition which was by traditional means of transport. It was just like the horse carriages and even the cars, that was time consuming. Hence, it was necessary to construct railway lines, roads and bridges in India, and so it was very necessary that they should construct railway lines, roads and bridges in India. This idea was initiated and highlighted by Lord Dalhousie. Now, Lord Dalhousie has initiated this idea and highlighted it. The first railway line was constructed between Mumbai and Thane in 1853. Now, first railway line, it was constructed, that was between Mumbai and Thane in the year 1853. The introduction of railways had its own benefits and impacts on India. Now, with the introduction of railway, there were many benefits and even impacts on India. The railways were used to bring raw materials from all parts of the country to the ports, and they were then shipped to Britain and in a short period of time. The railways, what were the use of railways? These railways were used to bring raw material from all parts of the country to the ports, and then they were shipped to Britain easily in a short period of time. The railways are also used to send finished goods coming from Britain to the interiors of the country. Now, this railway goods, these were even used to send finished goods which used to come from Britain to the interiors of the country. Places of political, administrative and military importance were linked through railways. Now, places which are very important for political, administrative and military importance, they were also linked through the railways. The remotest place in India was brought under the British. Now, remotest place in India, where it was brought under the British administration. People of all religious faith traveled together by rail irrespective of their caste and creed. Now, people of all religious faith, they used to travel together, that was by rail irrespective of their any caste or creed. Other than the railways, post and telegraph offices were also set up throughout India. Now, other than railways, post and telegraph offices were also set up throughout the country, which improved communication between cities and villages across. Now, it used to improve the communication between the cities and even the villages throughout the country. Now, take out your diary, right? Chapter, this is write the chapter name you write, the chapter number, and chapter number is 9, economic policies of the British, topic drain of wealth, explain, homework, revise it. And with this I am ending my today's class. Goodbye.